Cinco de Mayo at Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, May 5th, 2016. Let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. If you thought that being 2.5 weeks out from one of the biggest contests of his young career was going to slow him down even a little bit, then you must not know much about Paulo Almeida. This week, Muscle in the Morning was able to obtain exclusive photos and video of the 265-pound freak of all freaks absolutely brutalizing his chest just days away from taking the stage. This version of the Canadian Destroyer is even scarier than anything we've seen in the past, with Almeida set to take the stage bigger, harder, and fuller than he's ever been before. When he dials it in like this, Almeida has one of the nastiest physiques in all of bodybuilding. So for anyone who's brave enough to throw their hats into the ring at the Body Power Pro, just remember, you've been warned. Don't let the fact that he's one of the sport's quietest and most humblest superstars fool you, because when it comes right down to it, Rhoden's physique speaks volumes all its own. Earlier this week, Flexa Tron was spotted training chest at Gold's Gym Venice alongside the mastermind himself, Charles Glass, as he prepares to make another late-season run at wrapping his hands around the Sandow Trophy. Over the last 4 years, Rhoden has been one of the most dominant athletes in the sport, placing top 4 or better in 20 straight shows, dating all the way back to 2012. But given what we've seen from a very focused Kai Green and a 280-plus pound Phil Heath already this year, Flexa Tron is going to need every last bit of gas in the tank if he's going to make the magic happen at the Mr. Olympia in Las Vegas. I can't say for sure what exactly it is that Blair Modi's been doing with his offseason, but I can tell you what he hasn't been doing, and that's missing any meals. Last weekend, an absolutely supersized edition of last year's USA Super Heavyweight champ took the stage to guest pose at the Kentucky Derby Festival of Champions, where fans in attendance got a chance to see the monstrous Mone firing on all cylinders. After kicking around at the top of the national level for the better part of a decade, last season, Mone finally punched his well-deserved ticket to the pro ranks, and I don't think he's looked back since. At the moment, Mone hasn't given any indication when or if he'll be hitting the stage this season. But if he does decide to push his chips to the center of the table, I certainly wouldn't want to be the guy on the other side who has to call check. Over the years, we've seen a few middleweights emerge from the amateur ranks and move on to become monsters on a pro stage. And last season's NPC National Middleweight Champion, David Robinson, might be the next man to make the leap. Since last year's big win, Robinson has been hard at work packing on size and preparing to do battle against some of the powerhouses roaming the stages of the 212 division. And in just a few weeks, he'll have a chance to get his first crack at the Pro League when he takes on all comers at the New York Pro. Traditionally, the 212 stage at the New York Pro has been a tough nut to crack, even for some of the sport's more seasoned vets. But there's something to be admired about heading into battle with your guns a-blazing. And if he can find a way to get off a few shots, there's no telling what might happen next. Over the years, we've seen some great future pros emerging from the ranks of the Junior Nationals, on their way to carving out their own unique space in the Pro League. And 13 weeks out from making his return trip to the USA stage, 2014 NPC Junior National overall champ Dorian Haywood looks like he's ready for business. After a strong 2014 campaign that included that Junior Nationals win and a top 8 finish at the USA's later in the year, Haywood was considered by some to be a front-runner contender at some of last year's pro qualifiers. But for one reason or another, it just didn't seem like he ever managed to bring in the total package when he needed it. But after a long offseason and some good solid game planning, Haywood seems to have righted the ship and is on course to sail into this year's contest and get a little bit of old-fashioned retribution. And if all goes according to plan, who knows, there might be a shining new IFBB Pro card in his future.
Hey guys, it's Stevie B here. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button below and never miss another RX Muscle show, segment, or update. RX Muscle is #1. Woo!